The CNC function allows you to carve or cut various materials into certain shapes. In this video, we're going to demonstrate the use of Snapmaker 2.0 CNC function by cutting a phone holder. It will cover the whole process of CNC Carve usage, including generate G-code, fix the material, assemble the CNC bit, set work origin, and start carving. Before starting, you need to make some preparation. First, make sure that the CNC carving module and carving platform are properly installed on your machine. Prepare the accessories and tools as illustrated. If this is your first time using the CNC carving feature, a guide will pop up on the touchscreen and guide you through the steps. But the guide will only pop up the first time you use the CNC carving feature. You can still access the guide later on by going to Settings, Guide. For regular CNC carving, please follow this video tutorial to set up your machine. Next, start the Snapmaker Luban software on your computer. Click the Wi-Fi button under Connection. Refresh the list and select your machine. Send a connection request to your machine. Then tap Yes on the touchscreen to complete the connection. Upload the SVG model file to vector mode. You can prepare your own model or use the provided ones in the project's library. Set the size of the carving object within the workspace of the platform and the raw material. For CNC cutting, it's necessary to measure the thickness of the material and set the target depth. Depending on the material of your choice, set the step down, which means the depth that the CNC bit is plunged into the material per pass. Check the tabs box to set tabs in the inner gaps of the carved object and modify other parameters as needed. When setting is done, click Generate G-code and choose Load G-code to Workspace. At last, send the G-code file to your machine via Wi-Fi. Now, click Yes. Ready to continue. In case of collision or carving failure, beginners are suggested to set the carving area around the center of the material. Steps are as follows. First, find the center of the material and mark it with a pencil. Second, mark the carving area. Estimate the largest possible carving area according to the model size and mark it on the material. Or fix the material directly with the help of the auxiliary lines on the platform. Third, assemble the clamp sets. Take the presented accessories, then assemble them into 4 sets of clamps. Fourth, position the clamps. Place the material at the center of the platform and choose the proper screw holes to fix the clamp sets. Fifth, fix the material. Firmly put the thinner side of the arch fixture onto the material and fasten the wing nut. Follow this step to fix the left clamp sets. But to avoid collision, it's important to prevent the clamp sets from extending out of the platform or overlapping the largest possible carving area. Next, choose and install the CNC bit. Flat end mill is typically used for slotting or cutting materials with flat surface, while ball end mill is for carving materials into curved shapes. Since we are using acrylic cutting as an example, flat end mill is the better choice. So, take out the presented accessories and tools. Insert the ER11 nut into the ER11 collet until you hear a click. Next, put the CNC bit into the nut. Screw the entire unit onto the shank and tighten the ER11 nut using the wrenches. The work origin decides where the carving area will be. It corresponds to the coordinate origin in the software. Since we have set the center of the design at the coordinate origin in the software, we shall set the work origin at the center of the material. Move the CNC bit to where the work origin will be and keep it about 5 millimeters away from the material. Place the calibration card or A4 paper under the CNC bit. Tap the up and down buttons to fine-tune the Z offset until you feel a slight resistance when pulling out the paper and see a curl when pushing forward. Tap Set Work Origin button to save the changes. Now, lift the CNC bit higher than the clamp sets and materials. Then tap Run Boundary. See if part of the boundary runs beyond the material or the CNC bit moves over the clamp sets. If so, reset the work origin or reposition the clamp sets and run the boundary again. If not, lower the CNC bit to a closer distance and run boundary again. If the CNC bit runs into any part of the machine, power off the machine immediately and change the CNC bit if it is damaged. The CNC carving or cutting can also be done with a USB flash drive. Click Export G-code to File and save the file to your flash drive. Insert the flash drive into the controller. Select File, USB, and open your G-code file. Set the work origin and run boundary as previously mentioned. Now tap Start to begin carving. During the carving progress, you can still adjust the settings by swiping left on the screen. When the carving or cutting process completes, remove the clamp sets and clean the dust. Finally, remove the finished work and complete the assembly. Thank you for watching.